Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf with Phil and Dave, the movie talk show where each week one of us takes a movie off our shelf, presents it to the other, and discusses it at length. This week we've got coming off of Dave's shelf, 2012's Looper, directed by Rian Johnson, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Emily Blunt, and of course, back off the bench comes Bruce Willis for the win. David, here we are. We're back on the couch.
You liar.
Lies. We're off the couch. We're off the shelf. Everything's happening a little differently. But here we are, David. I wanted to welcome you, of course, to the episode, as we always appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Special guest star, David.
That's right.
But more importantly, perhaps, how are you doing this week? And, of course, the traditional, why this movie, why now?
First of all, Phil, I want to get this out of the way. 6'7". 6'7". It just needs to be said.
Yeah, I guess it has to be said. I don't really understand it. I don't really care to. I mean, I guess, are you giving me your review of this movie? It's like, 6'7".
I would say not 6.7, but a 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between, like maybe a 6.7.
Yeah. I'm not confident in the 6.7. I think it might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if you can sway
Gotta wait to
me.
the end. Gotta wait to the end.
Yeah, because I think a couple weeks ago you threw me a curveball. If you recall, I know you don't recall Trouble with the Curve. I know that we never recorded it, but you significantly liked my pick last time more. So I'm curious with the Bruce factor and what have you. But we'll get into that. First of all, I need to answer your question.
Yes, you do.
I do. And by the way, great intro. Great intro. You adapted well.
Yeah, I thought so. I felt really good about it.
You should.
It's the only thing any listener hears, so the intro.
Yeah. And I think it's important to know that this is our second try at this episode. Someone came back in time, 30 years, 30-year future Dave came back and said, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I'm going to delete this. And we're going to start the loop over again.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize we were looping. Damn it.
We're looping. A couple loopers. This movie, I probably didn't see in theater.
All right.
Realistically speaking. It's from 2012. I did purchase it soon thereafter its theatrical debut, probably 2013. You know, it's a safe guess. Back then, the DVD would be out within 8 months, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
Now it's 8 hours. It's released.
So quick turnaround, yep.
Yeah, I didn't have to make the conversion. I got it in Blu-ray. It's got the nice sleeve. And I was happy to add it to the Bruce collection. That's why I owned it. Why this movie? Why now, though, Philip? If you recall, a few weeks ago, this movie came up in conversation. Why? Who the heck knows? We don't even know what we're talking about at the time. But I promised you the next Bruce movie would be this one. So in order for me to do any future Bruce Willis movies, I need to get this out of the way.
This is a purging, if you will.
Yes. Just to pave the way for so many Bruces I have coming in 2026. And I think the reason we brought it up, because we were talking about movies later in people's careers, and this was one of the couple that was still received well, generally speaking, by the general public.
Yeah, sure, 6'7". That's better than a lot of what he was putting out near the end. So,
well, that's right? So this was kind of the exception to the rule, and it's probably because he's not the main character in it, which I'm sure you're very happy about that fact. But I wonder if this was a movie that slipped through your cracks, not your.
I have a lot of cracks, in particular around this era, 2012. I want to say I was done at the video store at this point. I was working for the airline.
That's true.
And so that in and of itself just kind of has its own, there was a bit of a cultural dip, let's say, in my movie watching and movie going experiences.
No more free rental.
So exactly, right? It's a game changer. So as a result, I do think that this one, well, certainly it fell through the cracks, but not necessarily by accident.
Oh.
Right? Like, I don't know that this was a movie. I'd heard of this movie. I certainly was aware of it. But I can't tell you that I had any interest whatsoever in seeing it because of the Bruce factor. Despite the fact, and we can get into this a little bit here, but it's written and directed by Rian Johnson. My memory, I've never seen it again since, but I remember loving Brick when it came out. and thinking, oh, this is really good. And I like JGL in it. Generally speaking, I don't have a real problem with him. I mean, we talked about him relatively recently in Halloween H20.
Yes. Yeah, that was a great first 10 minutes of a Halloween movie. Yeah.
I said relatively recently. I guess that was at least a year ago.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
It
would be a Halloween last year. And we talked about him also in 500 Days of Summer off of your shelf.
That's right. A movie I love. So he's not a person that keeps me away, certainly. And Emily Blunt, we've talked about her a couple of times as well in the Adjustment Bureau, of course. And I remember her certainly from
Day After Tomorrow or Tomorrow's Edge.
Day After Tomorrow, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Also known as Live, Die, Repeat. There was enough things in that would have gotten me into this movie, so I can either assume that it was just absent-mindedness and just not being interested as connected, let's say, to the movie world, or it was a very conscious, I do not see Bruce Willis movies, which I stand by for the most part. Yeah.
Only by force.
So, yeah, so that's probably why.
That's fair.
And
Philip.
I never felt like I was missing something.
Well,
do you know, like sometimes you sort of like, oh, I heard that, people were telling, and you just sort of like sip through the tracks. Something like Sopranos, which is a TV show that I never got into.
Oh.
But like, I know enough about it by osmosis or cultural identity or conversations in and around the work or whatever. Mm-hmm. But this is not a movie that really feels like it's got any real imprint on the world.
That's a good point. I mean, Sopranos is so synonymous with TMN, like that launched the movie network, and that may not be accurate. Most of my things that come out of my mouth are not accurate. I try, though. I try.
Weirdly, the most confident things you say in this podcast are the things that you absolutely have no idea about.
Just trying to fit in. Just trying to fit in with the world we live in today.
In there,
A lot of people were saying, like, yeah, Looper is a solid movie. And I remember people talking about that. But 2012, when it came out, which you probably know this from working together just before this, the video store, you knew my tendencies, my routine.
Predilections, yeah.
Yeah, I was heavy into the sauce at the time. So I attempted to watch this movie many times late at night.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, let's watch Looper. Let's do it. Tonight's the night. And I would just pass out 5 minutes in. And I did that a lot with a lot of movies, to the point where it almost got me kicked out of apartments because I would put on Saving Private Ryan like twice a week at midnight. And you could just imagine at that time, 5.2, maybe 7.2.
Sure.
So
nobody wants to hear it, right?
Yeah, a few knocks on the door. I actually did get kicked out of a previous apartment for that reason. Came close again.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true. True story. Palm Street.
Well, that kind of reminds me of my dad. I think we talked about with Die Hard 2, coincidentally a Bruce Willis movie as well. Didn't matter what time of year, what time of day, what time of whatever, we pressed play on it and he was out within 10 minutes. So
wow.
Some movies are just like that.
And what's funny about it is I would wake up always around the same part, which is them two in the diner.
Oh, yes.
Like, I would say 80% of the time. So I tried probably watching this movie like 5 times, and I would say 4 of those times, and that's when I woke up briefly, and then I'm out again. So I never actually got a full watch of this movie. I'm going in pretty clean, oddly enough.
Okay, good. I love getting this history lesson. But I coincidentally watched this movie 3 times, and 2 of the 3 times I nodded off at the diner scene. So while you were waking up, I was passing out somehow.
That's a bigger paradox than Joe and Joe in the same scene, I would say.
That's right. And again, I pulled it together. I've seen it again, and it was fine. But both times I found myself drifting, and it was right at that moment. Wakes you up, puts me down.
Well, Phil, for those who are awake right now, how about you give us the synopsis of our good friend? You know who.
All right, I'll try and keep everybody awake with this barn burner of a synopsis from Old Faithful. In 2074, when the mob wants to get rid of someone, the target is sent into the past, where a hired gun awaits. Someone like Joe, who one day learns the mob wants to close the loop by sending back Joe's future self for assassination. That's garbage.
It's too much. It's too much
really bad
information.
Absolutely.
I don't think they need to include sending himself back.
Well, I think right away it's like when the mob wants to get rid of someone, like, who gives a shit? That part is not necessary. Someone like Joe as well, like, don't be colloquial. Fuck off. I hate this.
I feel like our last few IMDb's have really been disappointing.
Let us down.
Big letdowns. I have an email ready to send to the people at the IMBD head office to
wonderful.
Make some changes.
A strong word email goes a long way, my man.
Absolutely, I'm sure. Absolutely.
You know as good as anybody.
Okay, let's talk about the concept of this movie. It's futuristic. It's time travel. These are a few things we've dabbled in a little bit, but we haven't done a lot of time travel movies, I feel. I know I got a couple on the short list, which one also includes Bruce Willis. But you like that one. Don't worry. You will like that one. You do like that one. I know you do. I know you do.
All right, good.
These movies can be tricky. Give me your just initial thoughts on how Rian Johnson did, like how he how did he do?
Well, I mean, the fact is with Rian Johnson, he's obviously a very talented writer. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I loved Brick, at least my memory of Brick. I remember that being complex and interesting, and the concept behind that I thought was kind of interesting. Film noir in high school, I like that. And then obviously he wrote and directed really the only Star Wars movie made after 1999. Or I guess made after 1983, frankly, that I found okay.
Oh, wow. That's saying something.
Yeah, I hated all the prequels, and I absolutely detested The Force Awakens. And I saw this one, and I was like, that's okay, The Last Jedi I'm speaking of. Mm-hmm. But it was so, just okay that I never saw another one. I saw in the theater anyway.
No, that's fair. I've offered up some more leniency to the prequels for whatever reason, just because I'm a generous man to George. But at that point, we're talking Disney, and that is the best one, if not the only good one.
What I will say is that he's obviously kind of created his own niche now with the Knives Out movies. And those have some very similar things to this, which I would say is sort of some intricate plotting, and obviously those are murder mysteries, so you're playing with time a little bit and who knows what, where, and when, and so forth. But obviously Back to the Future is the sort of gold standard for time travel movies, I would say.
Yeah.
This movie made me think of a little one like Frequency. Obviously the movie you alluded to earlier, 12 Monkeys, kind of falls into this category.
Oh, you picked up on that, eh?
Well, I have it in my notes as well. So what are your thoughts, sort of time travel movie generally? Because we haven't talked about those movies on the podcast yet, of course.
That's true. They're very difficult to do when you're playing with time. Even if you really wanted to, you could pick apart Back to the Future very easily. There's a thousand things you're like, no, if you wanted to, but you don't, right? And I think it's
such a fun movie.
Yeah, exactly. But for this one specifically, I felt overall it did pretty well. At the very least, of masking a lot of the could-be issues. And I think if you do a great job with your story, the direction, and keeping us busy as the viewer and entertained, you're not going to think about, oh, wait a minute, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So I think it succeeds in that. They never really talk about the mechanics. Like, there's no DeLorean in this movie.
No.
And they don't bother with it because it's just going to bring up those questions. Like, wait a minute. So the more you spend time with these things, the more questions we have. So I think it does a good job of just telling the story it wants to tell without being bogged down with all that extra stuff.
Like most people would watch the movie, especially a time travel movie, and accept the terms on which it's being presented. And so asking too many questions or them trying to explain this or that might work against the movie. Now it gets bogged down.
Yeah, don't want to be bogged.
No one wants that.
Okay, I think we're both on the same page then with the general idea of the movie, the concept, and we'll dive a little bit deeper as we go out. But I think we really should talk about a couple looks in the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's start with a broader look of the city.
Wide angle.
Yeah, 16:9. The year 2044, which is 2025, about 19 years in the future. 19 years. It took a long time to get there.
It really did.
Rian Johnson builds this year. Is it ever mentioned what city they're in?
No. For some reason, San Francisco is sticking out to me.
I definitely feel
but
California.
I don't know why. Yeah,
but I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a make-believe town. Did you think it portrayed it pretty good with where we are now to where we could be then as things go?
Sure. I mean, one of the things that this doesn't seem to do that drives me crazy about any futuristic movie, like Minority Report or even Dark City to a certain extent, although that's a separate planet, so you can give that a little bit of a break.
Yeah, exactly.
The stuff in Minority Report, where or Star Wars actually more specifically, you just end up with buildings that are 2,000 feet tall and flying cars and whatever else. It's like, why is it that we all just live in the sky in the future, right? It's like Bespin exists just because. What's happening beneath Bespin? What's going on? Or like, who built how do you build that space station in the middle of the sky, the city of clouds? So things like that. Again, I'm not asking those questions. I don't care. But fundamentally, I like the fact that it's more gritty. It's something like Blade Runner or Alien, the sort of futuristic breakdown. Things are different, but they're similar enough that you're like, yeah, this is the natural progression of things rather than
the trajectory.
Such a leap. Yeah.
I don't know if the Cubs won the World Series in 2044, but I loved it. I thought that he did a really good job creating 2044. I'm like, yeah, in a sad way. I'm like, oh yeah, it's awesome. So much to look forward to with these little glass phones. That was the one thing I thought was peculiar. That is just not practical.
Yeah, it misses the mark a little bit. But I thought overall, some of the other stuff, it just isn't so grandiose. It's like future doesn't have to be
bigger,
such leaps and bounds,
and
it's
so
like,
high. It doesn't have to be
exactly.
so
and why
damn
the
high.
height? That thing just really pisses me off when I watch a futuristic movie.
That's good to know. Good to know. That's a red flag. I'll make sure I don't
Keep
bring
them away
off.
from me. I don't want it.
I got a couple on the short list there that just was really huge buildings.
Scratch them off.
This one, I have a feeling he may not be quite as on board with. I don't know why. I just have this feeling that you may have annoyed you a little bit, but it's the look of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I got his name right. This is the second time we recorded this.
So really great.
no excuses. But he had some body parts altered to look more like a younger Bruce Willis.
You got a penis enlargement? Is that what you're saying?
For what I heard, buddy. What I heard.
That's the color of night.
It's on the shelf. Cut it off. And,
right.
We'll see. We'll see.
I hate his look.
You hate it, eh?
At least, like, right away, I'm like, I don't like it. It feels like he's wearing mascara. It feels like his eyebrows are a certain particular thing.
It's 2044.
Yeah, I guess that's how they do it.
Look at the vice
not
president,
enough to take
buddy.
me out. I think when I see him and Bruce together, or when I kind of put together the fact that he is Bruce, I probably knew that going in, but just fundamentally.
it's in the synopsis in the trailer.
That's right.
It's
when
all
I see
laid out
them,
for you.
when I see them side by side in the diner in particular, or when he is speaking with Abe, we'll get to later. Those are looks sometimes where I'm like, oh yeah, I see. He's got the smirk, he's got the squint. He just doesn't do the whisper voice, but everything else, I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. But I don't like the look generally. It's not really my favorite.
Okay. It threw me off a little bit, but once I adapted to it, I actually kind of liked it, and I really enjoyed Joseph's mannerisms.
Okay.
In a scene we have coming up with Abe. I just thought he did a really good job of playing cool Bruce.
Is it a smirk and a squint?
And
a whisper.
Yeah.
Bruce's greatest hits.
Nobody can match that whisper. He didn't I can't do it. I'm not even going to try. That's Bruce Willis' trademark. You have to pay money to do the whisper. All right. Well, as long as it didn't take you out. I don't want you to be out of the film in the first 7 minutes.
Well, like we've talked about, man, it takes a lot to actually kick me out of a movie. I can be knocked back a peg or two, but it's not often that some one thing will just be like, I'm out, forget it, stupid.
Yeah, like me. There's no dirt on the face. Sorry.
Exactly, right.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done
I
with
don't buy
this.
it. This movie is bullshit. Why am I watching?
We did do a Paul Dano movie. He was the main character, the main guy in the movie, other than maybe Batman and Penguin.
Yeah.
I mean, but Batman's used to taking a step back and letting someone else run the movie. He was the Riddler in 2022's Batman, and that's pretty much all I know him from, although I imagine I've seen him in something before because he has a face, like a lot of us.
Yeah, he's in a lot of great movies. He was in There Will Be Blood. He's phenomenal in that.
Okay.
He's really great in The Fabelmans. He's good in Love and Mercy. He's good in Swiss Army Man.
You've had a lot of Paul Dano exposure then.
Absolutely. I've tried to seek him out. I think he's really good. I'm not really seeking him out, but he works with people that I like to see. So,
do you like his choice of playing a character that's got TK? Telekinesis. It's a thing. It's 2044. Somehow our bodies have, changed a little bit scientifically. I don't know how that would happen, but again, you got to buy it. It's in it. You got to accept it.
Yeah. The TK stuff, it is thrown in, and certainly when I first watched it, I didn't really understand or care or even frankly notice what that all meant, right? So he's getting to play with a quarter, and JGL is kind of joking about how everybody's, it's like, ooh, such a big deal, but at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. So those are things that I kind of see that they have an opening for, which I don't unappreciate, but it made no impression on me, certainly the first time I watched it. I just thought, whatever. But I like Dano. I like his performance generally, so it was nice to see.
He brings it to the screen. It felt like it's just a futuristic version of someone who could do like card tricks at a bar, and you're supposed to be like, oh, this is cool, and it's a way of getting chicks if you have a little TK ability, which I imagine I would not have that. So.
No. You've got no abilities at all, really. What Paul Dano does really well, I think, he gives us, in a short moment, I find him to be pretty memorable. He really only seems to have a role in this movie as the triggering effect, right?
Yeah.
We get a little bit of exposition as to looping and how everyone has to close the loops, and the time will come when you're confronted with yourself almost. And it's a job of the future because, like the IMDb says, when you need a job done, you have to send it back to another guy like Joe to take care of the business. And then we build on that as we're watching JGL kind of do a montage almost. Like this is his profession. He keeps stowing away the silvers and kills more and more and more people.
Yeah, a lot of rinse repeat. Does his 9-to-5 job. I'm not sure. His hours may vary depending on the requirements in 30 years from now. But yeah, Dano is just that setup character to really get things rolling for JGL for the rest of the film.
Exactly.
It's also mentioned during this period that a lot of loops are closing, more than the average. If you look at the stats, there's an uptick in loops being closed.
That's right.
We have an introduction to a throwaway character. I don't remember his name. He's not going to be in the movie for long. He has just closed his own loop. And
that's right. They have a little party.
Yeah, he has that moment where this sadness, and then he's like, all right, let's go party. I got 30 years of life left, which isn't terrible. What's important to know about this movie is when you close your loop, you pretty much have a guaranteed 30 years of pretty good living.
If you've saved enough of your money,
to get
right?
some.
That's right.
When you do the job. And I think I just answered one of my problems I had with the movie, if not the biggest problem with the film, is why would you have to kill your own loop, like your own version? Why wouldn't, say, Joe take care of Seth and vice versa? You don't know who's doing it. Swap it out so you're not left with the decision of, I can't do it, I get cold feet. And we'll find out very soon what happens if that's the case.
It never happens, Dave. Don't worry about it.
It never happens. Because it's a big risk, clearly. It's shown in the movie, like if it goes wrong, it's like all hands on deck, shit's going to hit the fan. But I think one thing that might answer it a little bit is the fact that here's your gold. Here it is, part of the body that's shipped back to you. You shoot it, you take the gold. So that could be the only reason why you have to do it yourself.
But the gold is the gold to a certain extent, right? Like, I mean, if JGL kills Seth and Seth kills JGL, they still have theoretically the same gold, same payout.
Yeah, you just get it at different times, or do a little gold swap. I don't know, but I don't know.
It is a logic, an internal logic that doesn't fully play out to me, because I agree. What it does set up, unfortunately, is what happens next, which is Seth comes face to face ultimately with himself, and he basically lets him go.
Yeah, hesitation. Once you hesitate,
that's right.
It's all over.
Can't do it.
Can't do
it.
Now
he's begging JGL for cover. He's trying to get him out of a jam. JGL kind of doesn't want much to do with it, but ultimately does give him a little bit of sanctuary, but it doesn't take.
I don't think it was the right call.
No, I don't think so. He kind of alludes to this Rainmaker thing. I like that it sort of brings a sense of urgency into the movie. We're about, maybe not even 10 minutes in at this point, so we're really in a position of, let's find out the stakes.
And Phil, I want to ask you this question. Would you help Seth?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's Paul Dano.
There it is, folks.
He's my boy.
All right. That's all I need to know. Jeff Daniels, Philip. I think we both have a fondness for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm trying to tell by our 5-year archives.
Check the spreadsheet, but I can't think of a movie that included Jeff Daniels, because he is a standout character. Even in this, he's going to be in this scene, and that's more or less it. But he's going to be worth talking about. But, I mean, Dumb and Dumber, Arachnophobia.
Oh, yeah. Terms of Endearment.
That's a great movie. Great movie. Haven't seen it. But
He's great in The
we'll see.
Lookout. Right around the same time, actually. Also with JGL.
There you go. So they've worked together.
Scott
I've seen
Frank
him a
movie.
little bit on TV. I didn't watch that one show, the
The Newsroom.
Newsroom. Yeah, I saw some clips of it, but I watched
Loved
this
it.
one called Rust, something,
Okay.
something, something, on my streaming service that will not be named. And it's pretty new. And it's not a show that me or my wife would have normally gravitated to. But I watched this show about a small town with fentanyl problems,
Okay.
with a lot of issues younger kids or younger generations are kind of dealing with, like stuff that wouldn't really necessarily appeal to me.
Sure.
But he's enough. I'm in.
It's the Daniels of it.
Yeah, it was only 2 seasons, so it was a pretty easy watch, and just him alone. He's the main lead, and he's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. He was on Broadway, played Atticus Finch. He may have won a Tony Award for that. He's a great actor. Yeah.
There we go. He may have won a Tony Award. That's the research. He may have. Well,
That's right. He's definitely nominated. Stand on
He's
solid
definitely-
ground
okay.
with that one.
I'm going to go out on a huge limb with you and say that you loved this scene, as small as it is, just Jeff's demeanor, his attitude, his character, actually.
I would not say that I loved the scene, but I liked it. I thought he was good in it. I enjoyed the banter between the two. This is where I first got the real sense of JGL as Bruce, with the squinting and the whispering.
Yes, exactly.
And the smirking.
This is where I latched onto this character. I'm like, okay, I love his mannerisms,
He's my
everything
guy.
about. Yeah, this is it. I really enjoyed that scene, and like you said, the banter between the two of them. Like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm
Yeah,
just going to talk
yeah.
for a little bit, and they talk
That's
about
right.
China. No, I'm going
Yes,
to
go to
France.
China.
Yeah, and he just basically gives up. Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
That part reminds me of Frequency, where a guy in the future is telling the guy in the past to buy stock in Yahoo.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
You know, back in 2000 made some sense.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
not so much in 2025.
Not so much
but,
now. They can't even do a fantasy app right now.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they can't get their shit together at all.
Garbage.
It's garbage. I think it's why I'm losing.
Yeah, you are
I
at the
think it
basement of
is.
the
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah.
football league.
I know,
You
it's
and
a
Mike are
shame.
down there. Yeah, it's a real shit
It's
show.
bad news. Two-time
maybe, like,
champion. I mean, I can't win them all, but
clearly not. But
what is a scene that I absolutely love is what happens next. So ultimately, we have this exchange with JGL and Abe and sort of setting up the future and whatnot. But here we get what I ultimately think is the best scene in the movie, which is old Seth. And
Yeah.
and we're basically watching him get killed, tortured, murdered
Yeah.
in slow progression. And I
Uh-huh.
think it's just wonderful. It's, I think, the best scene in the movie. It's such an effective way of showing the stakes, like we talked about,
Yeah.
the damage, and I just think it's really cool visual storytelling because it isn't gory at all because we just see the scar tissue, but it's like lose a finger, lose 2 fingers, lose a nose, lose a leg, lose a foot, falls down, right?
Yeah.
Like all of that I think is really excellent.
I get the sense of gore just because of the idea.
It's the
of
magic,
what's
it's the
happening.
imagination, right?
Yeah, I feel like the audience could go really either way on this scene. So I was really curious of where you landed on it. So I'm happy to hear you liked it.
Loved it.
Because if you didn't, I would have to play the Back to the Future card. Because I think it's better than your sister and brother slowly disappearing in a photo,
Sure.
bit
But it's
by
basically
bit.
the same thing.
And then his hands, as he's playing the guitar, Marty McFly. Great effects, great visual effects. Way ahead of its time. So
I just saw that in the theater in IMAX. It holds up.
Exactly. So if you're okay with that, you have to be on board with this. And I think the visual of it, the style of it, it's good makeup artistry.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I think it's excellent.
And the way it ends, Philip. Oh, the way it ends with the doc in the room with the young Seth. Poor kid.
Eh?
This is why you don't do it. This is why you just take the 30 years, take the gold, mind your P's and Q's.
That's right. Which is ultimately
but
what
then
JGL is trying to do in the next scene. He's
Yeah.
getting ready. He's waiting to collect. But what happens, David?
Well, someone's a little late, a little tardy.
Tardy.
And you get the sense that they're always on time.
Yeah, we've seen a
generally
number
speaking.
of these now. It's 11:30, same time, same bat channel.
Yeah, even with daylight savings, probably not a thing in 2044 though. But, I think we
Probably
almost
not.
got rid of it this year. I think we're
about.
one step closer to putting the whole kibosh on that. I hope. And it
like
really throws him off for a loop. No pun intended.
I think the pun was intended.
Yeah. I felt the fact that because it's so routine for him, I feel like he would have that moment of confusion, giving Bruce's character, Old Joe, a chance to turn around and block that heavy duty shotgun, whatever type of gun that is, with the gold.
Yes.
Because I don't think that's going through gold. Gold's pretty thick. and heavy. We don't see the heaviness of it in the movie ever, but we do see the durability. When you're running away with all this gold on you, you're fine. You're like a cheetah. It's no problem. So are you okay with Bruce just showing up like that abruptly? Were you ready for him?
Well, I'll tell you, I was happy that he got shot because I thought maybe it would be over.
Yeah,
but he's
very short appearance. No.
Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing that happens in this movie that really throws me off the map here.
Okay.
I figured it was time for him to show up. Knew just through conversations over the last 20 years, I've heard
hearsay,
like kind of who he is or how he is and how he fits into the story, but not with too much detail. So seeing him pop up, I'm like, oh, okay, well now the movie is starting, right? Seth gives us the sense of the stakes.
Yeah.
And then we have this happen again, which to your point we chatted about. It feels like we've had 2 out of the last 3 scenes where they confront their old selves and don't know what to do about it, and it causes real problems. And presumably this has been going on for decades. So it just is like, okay, it's a little convenient, a little contrived. It's fine, but it doesn't give me a lot of like, Yahoo, let's take off here. It feels a little like, oh, this is sloppy storytelling to me. A little bit.
I think that's really the only one mark against it.
Correct.
If it's so problematic, there's got to be a better way.
But it doesn't really matter because what happens is we ultimately see Bruce come back, and then he gets shot.
Yeah, this was a little confusing the first time I watched it because we get about 5 minutes of the actions after he gets away and isn't killed.
That's right.
Just a little bit. And young Joe's like, I'll fix it. I'll make it right. And then the next scene, he's back in the corn place, the field. That's it. Corn field. I was going to say corn yard.
Sure. Look for the baseball diamond and hang a left. That's how you know you're in the right cornfield.
There's no corn dogs. No corn dogs. And he's I hope you listened to last week's episode, or that makes no sense to anybody.
That's right.
Lovely Michelle Pfeiffer. And he successfully shoots himself. But we understand that needs to happen in order for him to come back 30 years. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to think about it too much because he has to live out that 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's really the next chunk of movie is that.
Yes, that's right. We get a sense as to what that 30 years looks like. JGL's obviously been saving up for this occasion. He's got a lot of silver in storage, and he's ready to go to he's going to China. So we kind of see year 1, year 2, and he's basically just a dastardly dude.
Yeah, he's having a good time. Seems to enjoy partying.
A lot of drugs. Yeah, a lot
of drugs.
A lot of guns.
But hey, you're young. But let me tell you, before we get to the transition to Bruce, I really like his look, JGL.
Oh, yes. Longer hair. Coming in. Yeah.
It reminded me of Sin City, actually. Yeah, just really sharp-looking guy. And I wanted to spend a little bit more time with that version of Joe.
Hey, you get no time with him there.
I get no time. No time with him.
It's all over in 5 minutes.
It's all over, and we get a Bruce Willis who clearly continued down the road of drug use and guns. Like, they were just doing drive-bys. Like, it was not a pretty sight.
And hair loss.
In hair loss, yeah.
We do get that crossover where JGL, right? And then you're like, oh, yeah, it's not so great.
But the choice to live that way for the next 25 years, let's be clear on that. Not the full 30, Philip.
That's right. It's year 25. He meets a woman, Chinese woman. And they seem to be enamored of one another.
Well, she flips the bird, but you know what that means.
Love.
Love. Love.
It's been my experience.
Yeah. And then we get a pretty good sense of the fact that he cleans up.
We get a little bit of a brief little fluttering moment here.
Yeah. A detox session.
Yeah, we love these detoxes lately.
How did you feel about this one? As much as you loved Passchendaele, you raved about it. You went on social media afterwards, just plugging it. Go see this movie. You felt that the detox scene was a little bit short.
Rushed.
Yeah, didn't feel it. No Nick Nolte moment of unstoppable vomiting, which I know you love. I know you love Hollywood vomit.
That's right. I think actually you probably helped me in this instance. after the discussion at Passchendaele. Again, these things don't bother me enough. I thought it noteworthy in Passchendaele. I was disappointed that there was a love story built out of this a little bit, and he was there to nurture her, to guide her, and I felt like it let that relationship down. Whereas in this one, she's only there to die, ultimately, this woman, and only there to really give him motivation. It would probably detract from the movie to deviate into their home life, to kind of establish how important they were to one another and how this thing is. But I will say, I do think it does the movie a disservice because the relationship isn't well developed. So we have to believe that Bruce is willing to give up everything and to fight for everything. So his motivations are a little specious, but it doesn't bother me. It's just not great.
Chicks, man. Chicks.
We do everything for chicks, though, ultimately.
We get the craziest things.
So that part checks out.
Yeah, when you're in love. But I would agree. I don't think the movie wants to spend too much time. This whole 30-year process is a little bit speedy for me. Now, I'm not sure where I would shave off any other part of the movie. However, I don't think I want a longer movie, so maybe it is the right call, just to get a little taste of it.
Agreed.
And it's really the next scene where Bruce's character really drives home his motivations. And he is left a note, young Joe, to meet old Joe at the diner, which we haven't talked about. One of the main scenes in this movie, a very quiet diner, not a lot of traffic.
We did talk about this scene.
Off the beaten path, as it were.
Off the I-90.
Yeah. And I love the joke, well, there's another waitress that works on the weekends, which is a shorter name that you could have burned into your arm.
That's right. If you're going to do that, you do me a bone here. Do me a favor. I like this scene when I did watch it. When I finally watched it for the third time. I did enjoy the scene overall. I liked the banter between the two. As I said, I kind of saw more of the similarities in the performances.
Yes.
And I like that Bruce just throws his weight around, let's say. Speaks French, and JGL hasn't caught up yet, so he'll get there eventually. He also knows what he's going to do. And it starts to poke holes a little bit into the concept of the movie, which I think the movie benefits from by allowing JGL in some ways to be a surrogate for the audience, right? If the audience could be sitting watching it and thinking, well, why doesn't he just do this? Or why doesn't that happen? Or why couldn't he just do or just say whatever? And he gets to say things like, okay, well, you did this. I just won't do that. Tell me where you meet her. I won't be there. I won't go to China. I'll go to France. Whatever these things.
Yeah, I'll marry somebody else.
Exactly. You nailed it.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, problem solved. So that I kind of think is interesting and allows for that surrogacy in the audience, but it also allows Bruce to be more forceful, more aggressive, more insistent that, no, this has to happen. We need to save her life. She's an angel. She helped me. She helped you, right? Like you make a lot of stupid mistakes. I fix it, kind of thing.
We could all use an older version of ourselves to come back when we're, 20 years old. My question, Phil, would you listen to your actual self? We didn't listen to our parents, clearly.
No.
I get the sense that neither of us listen to good advice from friends and other family members.
If there was a person that I would listen to,
it's me.
It might be myself 30 years from now or 40 years or whatever the number. Because I would think, well, you're me, right? Yeah. You're the byproduct of all of those decisions. Whereas when you're young and you have a parent that says something, you're just like, I'm not you. You don't know me. And you're like, no, everybody at 14 makes the same stupid mistakes. When you're like, and everyone at 24 says, don't do that. Or at 54 says, don't do that. But
exactly.
You think you go, oh, old man, you don't know shit. But I think, as I said, if it were me staring me back at the face and saying, like, don't do this or do that, I might be more considerate. Don't do it.
Well, because at 14, you're only listening to yourself, right?
Yes.
So why wouldn't you listen to an older, wiser, possibly version of yourself? So
that's right. Hey, Pop, you were old in the 60s. It's the 80s now. You don't know shit kind of thing.
And young Joe does give him a little bit of that, eh? Like
a lot of it.
You had your life. You lived my life. And Doc Brown would not have any of this. That's a major paradox. It's not a written in stone for all time travel movies. It's written in stone for Back to the Future specifically. Maybe some other ones.
What I like about Bruce's approach, or like the writing in general of the scene, is that Bruce kind of dispenses with that right away. Right? Like we could be talking about all the ways in which we shouldn't be sitting here and we couldn't do this and time travel and how does this happen? But he just says, fuck it. we're just going to skip over that and let's just talk one-to-one, man-to-man about this one specific thing rather than all the other stuff. And as an audience, I think it's appropriate and it keeps us connected to the movie. And we're like 40 minutes in, right? So there's still another hour left. So this is a moment to maybe dispense of the questions that may or may not be happening, and it kicks it into a higher gear moving forward.
Absolutely. Oh, and by the way, Surrogates is actually quite a good film with Bruce Willis in it. So you talked about surrogacy. Hint received.
Is that next week?
Coming your way. Coming your
Jesus
way.
Christ. After an action sequence we're not going to talk much about because there's not really much to it, we end up with our third lead, effectively.
Emily Blunt.
What are your overall thoughts on the character? I didn't recognize her at first, I'll be completely honest. There's a quick moment where she's axing away at this tree, and it took me a second or two to really think, is that her? That's good performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not the Emily Blunt I know. She doesn't act like that.
No. No. I think I've really only seen her in The Adjustment Bureau. I've seen a little bit of. I've seen part of it. I haven't got through the movie actually.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. It's on my shelf. I have no excuse. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I have it in 4K.
Surrogates is the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. Watch another shitty Bruce movie instead of this relatively good film. And she looks good with an axe. She looked like she practiced her axe work for this role specifically. Some will argue she was miscast. You know how I love to read and find out other people's opinions and sometimes use them as my own. I just take their opinions and say, you know what, I'm going to feel that way too.
Do they have a problem with her axe or her axe end?
Everything outside of the axe. But I'm going to do what I famously do, and I'm going to sit on the fence.
About a 6'7" or so.
6. Yeah, I think she's a good actress, and I think she was fine. She's fine for this role.
Your research hasn't brought up. Someone just complained they didn't offer a solution. It was
exactly
internet
sounds like
nonsense.
Pierre Paulier.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking guy.
And she's also really good at fake smoking.
Her and Jason Robards from Magnolia, if you remember.
Oh, that's the only scene I remember from that movie, Phil. The only moment from that 3-hour gem.
You got a refresher.
One day we'll remaster that in 4K. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
I'll book the week off. But she seems to deal with a lot of vagrants.
It seems to have a few people coming and going.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the farm life. Now, you make it very clear to our audience that I'm from the farm.
That's right.
And we're not talking Langley here. We're talking an acre. And I don't know if we had any vagrants or not. I don't know if anybody came to our door, but this is 2044. But Joe's a little bit different. He's better looking than the maybe that's why. That's the trade-off.
Yeah. If all vagrants look like that, my gosh.
Now, did you get the sense that he was detoxing in this scene?
No. And that's, I think, what's disappointing because this movie has 2 detox scenes.
Yeah.
And while the first one, I think, is like the barest of minimum to indicate that someone is struggling.
Yeah,
this one
wrong. It's just not
barely has any indication. I had no idea that that's what's happening because she's diagnosing him, right? She's like, oh yeah, when was the last time you dropped? I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Like, I see nothing in this performance that says I'm all messed up. I need your help.
Yeah, he's just like party animal, right? In his 20s, which I think we can all relate to. You and I, we didn't become junkies because we went out every night when we're 24. So yeah, I could have done a little bit more there. Like, I think he's functioning. He's a drug addict who does it every day, but functions. And if you stop doing it, you're going to get a headache. You're going to get some sweats.
Sure.
But I wouldn't put him at junkie level, because he's doing okay for himself, generally speaking.
Yeah.
He's up and at it.
I only have, as you know.
He's moving around.
He's pretty good. There's a big gap between drinking or a junkie and someone who partakes, if you will. But she's not partaking in any of his nonsense, his tomfoolery. He ends up kind of, I don't want to say threatening her, but she knows what a looper is.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting.
I'm not really sure why. I can't remember necessarily.
I don't think
it wasn't very satisfying a solution or an answer to me.
Yeah.
What I like is a pretty good exchange between the two where he talks about how you just saved my life. You're not going to threaten. You're not going to kill me. You're not going to shoot me.
That's a safe bet. Maybe.
But
I don't know.
Well, it turned out not to be because she shot him.
She did shoot him. full of gravel. That's the sense I got.
Yes.
A lot of gravel where I'm from. Gravel roads, gravel pits. It's a whole world of gravel out in the country, buddy. You really got to get out there. You really got to get out there. Explore all the gravel. I like her reaction when she has the piece of paper that he had.
That's right.
And it clearly means something to her. And it's her kid's birthday, the year and the day, and also the hospital, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But I like her reaction. So they slowly warm up to a degree, and the son, he's been told, don't talk to this guy, stay away from him.
Yeah.
And I love the kid. I think it's Sid the kid.
Sid the kid.
That's
absolutely
right. That's how I remember.
Number 67, actually.
Yeah. And it's been extremely well documented that you're not typically a big fan of child actors.
Correct.
Not even Drew Barrymore. You hated Drew Barrymore in E.T. You like this, she's garbage. Worst movie ever. But I think I imagine this is probably one of the few that we've done in the last 5 years. You have enjoyed a couple. And I think this one would fall in this category. I'd be really surprised if you weren't, at the very least, mildly impressed by his performance.
Well, I have to agree with you. And I also have to acknowledge that you know this because we did record this episode before, which we acknowledged earlier.
Yeah, we're in the loop, buddy.
So, yes, I
did have some information from my past self.
That's right. Dave came back.
This is future Dave.
Do it again.
Yeah. I got more knowledge now.
But anyway, as a result, I think this kid's performance is really good. And his relationship with JGL throughout, I find, is one that is sweet at times.
Yeah.
And then knowing that he can be both sides of that, right? Like that he can be the cute, curious kid who's playing with his toys and yet can also basically rain down the planet's end. Yeah.
We get a little bit of dialogue which indicates that he doesn't feel Emily Blunt's character, I forget her name in the movie, isn't her mom.
Yeah, he establishes that yes, he's not his mom. She's not my mom.
Yeah. And during another act scene, there's a couple act scenes, don't get them mixed up here. Emily Blunt gives Joe that, this is what happened. I left him here on the farm. My sister raised him.
That's right.
Something happened to her. And that's a lot for a kid. A lot for a kid to be abandoned.
Well, totally.
At least into care, but
absolutely
not by your mother, though.
It just messes with your brain, right? Who is my mother? And you grow up to think one is and then later not. And then he also mentions at the same time, he really just wants to stop bad things from happening. That's just one of his sort of main motives, which is kind of strange to me a little bit because of what he does, obviously. But ultimately, I think fundamentally he thinks that is him helping. What we eventually figure out is that he is the rainmaker that they're talking about throughout. And I think his stopping bad things from happening is closing these loops prematurely and trying to stop the underground, murder, whatever, I think is what that's sort of indicating.
It could be. Bruce doesn't care.
No, Bruce has got another mission happening.
Yeah. Bruce, he's got the two other parts. Well, he knows all three addresses of these kids.
That's right.
And he visits the first house and he ultimately kills the kid off screen. And it's the first moment where I noticed the music in the movie, the soundtrack. And it's not a close-up, which I already know that you're happy that's not the case.
Yes.
But you get a real sense of what he's done.
Yeah, we know his mission, and we've seen up until he goes into the room or whatever. But I think that's the best use of Bruce Willis and his emotions, because frankly, he doesn't have them, right? The whole thing of him has to be cool all the time. And
don't you dare bring up striking distance. Don't you dare bring up striking distance.
It's the worst. Try and put him on a bridge crying and have some emotional resonance. He just can't do it. It's not in his range. And it's fine. Actors have their things, but that is not one of his tools in the shed. So by removing that and not having to focus on his face, his crying, his wrestling with it emotionally, you get everything. By the high angle shot means he's low. He's a small speck in the grand scheme, right? This is what makes Rian Johnson a good filmmaker, is that he can stay away from the things that are not going to benefit and make things better by doing whether camera work or music or score, like you're saying. And so those things, I think, is really effective.
Yeah, not forcing it. Absolutely. It's a good call. Rian Johnson, smart guy.
It's a good director, right? You know what your cast can and can't do and make them shine in the process. That's good directing.
And Bruce probably didn't even figure it out what he was doing.
No,
Good
I think
shot.
he was having
Yeah,
looks
lunch. Yeah, I think he was having a sandwich.
He looked like he had a wrap. If you zoomed in, I think he had a wrap.
Yeah. That's funny. But back at the farm, while Bruce is killing kids,
Yeah.
we get a glimpse of Sid's TK ability.
Oh, yes.
Which was, like you said earlier, was a bit of a throwaway at the beginning with Seth, but he's getting quite upset. And Emily Blunt's character goes into this little metal, I'm not sure if it was aluminum, if it was plutonium, and I didn't quite click into what was happening. I thought it was all just visual effects for us to get a feeling of he's just really upset. And I still didn't clue into the TK of the moment.
Oh, wow. Well,
I'm not very smart. Yeah.
Well, it's also not really laid out, and we haven't heard about it for an hour at this point. So it's just not at top of mind. So I don't think you're I think you're an idiot, but you're not an idiot for that reason, I would say.
Not for that reason, but the other 36 reasons.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Now, my question to you is, did you know the answer to the math problem? Because they're doing the multiplication tables, and I knew you grew up in the country. I wasn't sure if they had multiplication tables.
That was my best class, Philip. My strongest subject was mathematics, and I take pride in it today.
I think you're great.
Yeah, no calculator here. 8 times 3 is 24. It is not 32.
Correct. But he does not like that. He doesn't like being
No,
told
he does not. Typical kids.
Exactly. Typical kid.
Yeah.
But so we get a sense now the implications, right? This kid has powers beyond. And the TK of it, I agree, it doesn't really beat it over its head, but it now is starting to fall really into place, right? Okay, now this is the thing, right? This guy's got untapped potential and power that no wonder Bruce feels like he needs to take care of it.
Yeah, and I know you're going to love the next scene because she reveals that she has a lower ability with the TK in the bed. She falls for JGL in a moment of weakness.
She randy,
or
I would say. She horny is my note here is Blunt is horny as fuck. She gives a look that I'm telling you, just like, yeah, okay, this is happening.
That's good writing. That's good directing. That's good acting.
Yeah.
Because you're alone on a farm, very stressful, I would imagine, to raise a kid with those type of abilities.
Absolutely.
And you quit smoking.
That's right.
She doesn't smoke for real. Now she does relapse here and have a cigarette in bed.
That's how you know.
And man, that brought back some memories.
Oh yeah, the post-coitus.
Yeah. We talked about an episode recently. It might have been Passchendaele. And I spoke as if I still smoke now.
You did,
and I want it to be made clear. I have issue with tenses. Remember I said I have issues with tenses?
That's true.
I do not smoke. I have been smoke-free since 2017 or even 2016. And, for anybody struggling out there, a smoker, you could do it. Took me a few tries, but it's well worth just for financial reasons, actually.
If nothing else.
Get yourself a nice 11.2 surround sound, a big screen TV, all that good stuff. But they make love. You know how I like to keep it classy.
That's right. Yes, above board.
Yeah, and she opens up a little bit. And
she does open up a lot, I would say. Opens mouths, opens legs.
Well, we didn't see it. It's all off camera, unfortunately.
Not unlike the Seth torture sequence. It's all just the theater of the mind.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's probably best that she keeps on smoking. She's got some stressful moments coming up. The gentleman that we saw a little while ago, Jesse, came sniffing around.
That's right.
Looking for Joe. He's back and actually has her hostage.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's problematic.
It's a little problematic.
Not a good situation.
No. And Sid, who's trying to be discreet, stumbles on one of his goddamn toys that she's probably told him 10 times to pick up off the stairs. Yeah. But at the end of the day, really, ultimately, what happens is Sid is mad.
He loses it.
He is not messing around. Someone's messing with Emily Blunt, whether it's his mom or not. And he blows up the house and, frankly, blows up Jesse.
From the inside.
From the inside out.
Yeah, that was a nice visual touch. I'm sure you appreciate it. And I love Jesse. He was a bad guy in The Burn Notice, a reoccurring role. Similar to like a Murdoch role from MacGyver. He'd come back and just cause problems for the main character. Yeah. But I always thought he was like a really good performer in that. And he's not in this much. But he's just a cool face, and I feel bad for him.
Yeah, he's been sent by Abe to try and take care of business, and he fails.
Yeah, miserably.
That's right.
Which leads us now, or slightly before, slightly after, but to an even more violent sequence. Shades of John McClane.
That's right. This is where Bruce gets to live in his best self.
Yeah. Luckily for the kid number 2, he's thwarted by Kid Blue. We haven't given any time to Kid Blue because he's an idiot. That's why. He's Abe's nephew, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Real piece of work, this guy. But he's always trying to impress. Oh, I can get it right. I can do it. Give me another chance. He's off the job, but he's working pro bono now. and hauls Bruce into headquarters to the Gat Man. But Bruce, he has a way of getting out of rope. Just like you. I've seen you get out of rope, Phil. I know you've been tied up a few times in your escapades.
Totally.
Beyond him getting out of that easily, is this the Bruce you like? Are you okay?
Well, I don't know
with
if it's the Bruce
sequence?
I like, but it's where Bruce is best suited. He's just going to mow. Yeah. He's just going to mow people down. It's like Die Hard 5. There's no nuance to the performance, right? Die Hard 1, he kills people, but it's not like this. This is just, give me a machine gun, and I'm just going to kill 10 different people.
Whoever
and
gets
he's going to shoot Abe in the head and everybody else that comes nearby. It's just mowing them down. It reminds me of Battlefield 1.
Yeah, you were a mower. Always have been. You're a run and gunner. Yeah. And I'm gonna plead to you again, buddy. We'd love to have you. We don't have a run and gunner.
It'll happen eventually once we get the sponsorship money.
Yeah, it's not a terribly long scene, but it's effective to show that old Joe, Bruce, is going to stop at nothing to eliminate the Rainmaker and change the future.
And he ends up, at some point throughout the movie as well, it's a nice moment where he's forcing himself to remember because things get cloudy and fuzzy. They kind of allude to that conversation a little earlier.
Yes.
We get the sense that, again, that urgency. He is on a mission, right? It is to save this woman, and only this woman ultimately. And so everything else is expendable, and the Rainmaker is the cause of all of these things, and therefore he needs to stop it. So when he commits to that,
math checks out,
and has to kill everybody in his way, including Abe, we get a sense of his intensity and his drive, right? He has one focus, and it doesn't matter who else is in his way. So I like that.
And they did it all in one take. He's so good at it. It only took one take. Eastwood would have been happy with it.
That's right. Break for lunch.
That's my new thing. I don't know why. But Kid Blue, now, it's important to know that he does survive because he needs to be a bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
Really, that's the only reason why he's left alive. But it plays. Like, not everybody may die of their wounds. We don't know. If he gets major organs. Ay, come on. That's a little harsh, Philip.
Yeah, I just think it's silly. I think we're having this confrontation. Bruce and JGL are face to face. It's about to go down.
Get away.
Bruce throws him the gold. Here's your life back. Doesn't matter.
One brick.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
You had a long life, buddy.
Come on.
But yeah, this guy's showing up on the bike. It's just like a movie contrivance. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel earned. It feels lazy. It's the one part of the movie I felt actually really, really bothered me.
You know, it may have bothered me if they had a lot of other contrivances, a lot of obvious, like, oh, this is because of this. Oh, I got you. But it's really the only one. And to me, it was believable.
Yeah.
Kid Blue has shown through the whole movie, I have something to prove.
Yes.
I want to catch this guy.
I want to show you I can take 20 bullets and still live.
I don't know how many he took.
Yeah, I know.
Check the footage. I don't know. He might have just taken the one.
Yeah,
it was just a one shot, and it missed all major organs. Flesh wound, buddy. Flesh wound.
Totally.
But it does allow old Bruce to skedaddle, get out of the way, distract little Joe.
Yes,
young Joe. And that really sets up our denouement, our last 7-8 minutes.
That's
of
right.
What's accumulated.
Culminate.
Thank you. Culminate.
Yeah. The movie culminates in this moment.
Yes.
It's an accumulation of all the scenes that happened prior.
There we go. And there's our definition of the week.
This scene is great.
Let's bring it home. At this point, with my first watch, essentially, how are you going to wrap this up?
Mm-hmm.
Who are the winners? Who are the losers? Is the Rainmaker going to live or does he not? So I got a lot of questions, Philip. Got a lot of questions about this movie.
Yeah, and the movie answers them, I think.
And they all get answered. They all get answered. Let's maybe go through it just maybe character by character. We know old Joe is going to stop at nothing.
Yes, that's right. He's got a mission.
And Emily will protect her son at no cost either. She's established that in the bed scene earlier.
Yeah, and she keeps saying, if I raise him right, if I raise him well, if I treat him well, he's going to be okay. Things will be okay. If he'll grow up better if I take care of him.
Yeah, and he won't turn into the Rainmaker. And young Joe says, "Nah, he does.
He does. Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, her heart is still with him to try and make it a better world, right? To keep those things calm because she knows he's a bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah. So this set up the scene. We have basically the cornfield.
Yeah.
And then we have young Sid and Mom running away, and old Joe is there with a gun. He's fully armed, covered in blood. And old Joe, he does get a shot off, which grazes young Sid.
That was a bad
Just
call.
enough to make him, well, you want to get it done right the first time.
That's right. You don't get a lot of options here, but it really pisses Sid off.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of second chances with Sid.
No.
That's for certain. And then we get some, I want to call it elevation. Everyone's a little elevated.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, where's Helen Hunt and Jim Paxton?
Or even Bill Paxton.
But did I say Jim? Bill, Jim. I use a brother named Jim.
Jeepers. Yeah, it's a good scene. We get the kids wreaking some havoc. And in this sort of tumult, we get a sense of the future that could be. We get flashes of Blunt getting shot. Basically, the path that could happen. And JGL doesn't want any part of it. Now, you've got it written down. What ties this all together in the bow? The stakes are here, and JGL is confronted. What do you got there?
Yeah, let me articulate it with my own words.
Please.
Actually, quote unquote. They say, then he saw it, and that's referring to young Joe. A mom who would die for her son. A man who would kill for his wife. And an angry boy. Circle round and round. And some of these lines were alluded to earlier in the movie. They're kind of sprinkled throughout, kind of subtly, but it's just shown here. It's clear as day. And ultimately, young Joe decides to break the loop, really.
Yep. He's got one choice. It's all going to happen unless he does something about it. He's the only one that has the power to do so. And he decides to change it. And doing so, turns the gun on himself, shoots himself in the chest. Old Bruce disappears because he doesn't ever exist. And Sid and Blunt, she consoles him in the cornfield.
Oh,
it's going to be okay, calms him down, so forth.
That's a great scene between mom and son. It's also the first time he calls her mom.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And wow. All jokes aside, I really felt he delivered that moment really well.
Yeah, I think
with that
he's
one
great.
word.
I think he's really good.
Yeah, he's crying. He's got the emotions. He's a kid that's angry. He's confused. He's sad. He's upset, but he feels really connected to his mom. So it was a very, very touching moment, Philip.
Agreed. I think he really delivers. At a time when the movie is at its end, you want to leave on the right notes, and especially on something where, in theory, it's on a down note, right? Your two lead characters that you've spent the whole movie with have basically died.
Yeah.
And yet you still leave with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of positivity, and not wondering what the hell you've done for your last 2 hours, you know? You, as somebody who expressed a desire to like your protagonists and really get on board right here.
Especially Bruce.
That's right. So here they've killed both of your leads, and yet I think the movie delivers, and the performances are strong enough that it pays off by the time it's over. You're actually like, oh, that's a perfectly satisfying ending for the movie that it's setting up, and I think that's important.
I think it's the only way to go.
Totally.
Really. They put themselves in the corner. I guess we're going to have to kill off Bruce, JGL. Yeah. I didn't love it all the way through, but I can at least say that I like how they tied it up.
Sure. Yeah.
But Phil, tie it up for me on your overall thoughts and feelings. We've talked about the movie for a little bit now. I certainly didn't get a sense that you hated it, and it's probably because Bruce wasn't in it enough to qualify to dislike it that much. But last week, we had I love it. It's great. It's amazing with Batman Returns. And so you should have. I'm not disagreeing with that. I enjoyed it myself as well. But I didn't get a lot this one. So I'm curious to know where you land with this one.
This is a movie, David, where I think I should like more than I do. And I think that the sum of its parts is pretty good, but I don't know if the overall experience I had walking away was one of, I love it, I like it, I want to watch it again. I'm kind of playing the Dave role here because I don't think it's going to go on the shelf. I don't think I'll ever watch it again, but I absolutely didn't hate watching it or have any real problems while watching it. It's like a completely okay movie that doesn't really elevate to where I think it could go conceptually. I'm happy that you took it off the shelf, in so much as I can kind of think, oh, I did see this movie, and I'm glad I did. I have no real problems with it, but I don't really have a desire to ever see it again.
Well, Phil, you kind of stole my role. Now I got to make something up.
You love it. It's 100, 10 out of 10.
Same. Well, it is a movie that I kept reading and hearing that it's good. Like, this is a solid film. But despite the ending, it didn't satisfy me. It's going to stay on the shelf because I have spot for it. I'm not out of room.
Of course.
But I'm with you, Rick. I don't know if I'll watch this movie again. But it's not bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It does a pretty good job with the time travel stuff. It's relatively entertaining throughout. It gets a little bit slow around the farm part, but visually it was stunning. The performances were great, including Bruce Willis, first and foremost.
Of course.
But I wasn't left like, wow, like I don't think I would even recommend it. I wouldn't say avoid this movie.
Sure.
It's terrible. Like, watch it if you want to watch it, but I can't really put my stamp on it of approval for watching it.
Yeah.
And I can't put a finger on it why either.
I think it just doesn't do anything very well. It does everything okay. I think we talked about this before, but the city we live in often hits it like, oh, it's one of the best places to live in Canada because it has like straight 7s across the board. And while other cities like Vancouver will have 10 out of 10 on scenery, and Toronto will have 10 out of 10 on accessibility or diversity or whatever the case, you know? But
not these days.
But they fail on X, Y, and Z, right? Whereas we're only okay or above okay throughout. So we're like non-offensive milquetoast. And that's how I feel about the movie. It's not the best time travel movie. It's not even a very good time travel movie. It does the things that 12 Monkeys has done in the past, Frequency has done in the past, and it iterates and it makes it a little bit better or tweaks to it, but it doesn't make it
its own thing.
Yeah. So it's not derivative necessarily, but it's not bringing anything really fresh to the table. Bruce's performance and the performance in general, all of everybody, doesn't really get there. It just, it kind of happens. And so that's kind of where it's at.
Actually, I would say that the story is quite unique. I don't think we've seen like anything quite like
I think the story is unique. I don't think the storytelling is all that unique. And I think maybe that's the difference.
There it is. There it is. I just had to make that clear. Just need to
That's
absolutely.
great.
Thanks for clarifying.
Well, now that it's clear, folks, it's clear that this is the end of the episode. We do appreciate you joining us as always. Please rate us 5 stars on your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. Join us on the Facebook page. And most importantly, share it with yourself 20 years from now and 20 years ago. You can talk to yourself and you get a message through. Tell them to listen to Off the Shelf with Phil and Dave. We appreciate it. Talk to you next week.
Good advice. Good night.